A few moments with you on the pew, pew, pew.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Pew. I'm Matthew,
I'm Oliver.
and today we have a special guest named Ben. Ben, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Of course. I'm a freshman at the University of Dayton. I am a child.
Mm-hmm.
I have a mother, a single mom. She's amazing. I am an environmental science major.
Very nice.
I love the earth, you know?
That's true.
Aw.
What are you hoping to do with that?
I really hope to do research, actually. I'm doing research currently.
Oh, very cool.
I'm just a little research assistant, but you know, we'll get somewhere eventually for sure.
Awesome. Anything else about yourself that you'd like to share?
I don't think so.
All right.
I mean,
Do you want to share a little bit about why we have you here today, or what you're going to be
oh,
talking about?
Yeah. Well, today I'm going to be talking about my faith and spirituality journey.
Oh, wow. That's
Awesome.
intense.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just start off with, how would you describe your faith? What does it mean to you?
I would describe my faith more as a spirituality than anything else. I'm very much in kind of just this constant ebb and flow with my feelings and emotions, and some days I might feel more like theistic, and then some days I might just feel like very agnostic. Like it's very, very, very trivial day to day. But I very much am a spiritual person. I think that there are spirits all around us.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
So, what? What do you, when you say, you see, you feel like there's spirits around us, what exactly? How would that work? Or, what kind of spirits?
I just believe that there are energies that we can't see out here. Like, we can only see in this dimension. Like, what about, the sixth dimension? Like, we can't see in that,
Yeah.
can we?
I don't think so.
Not that I know of.
We cannot see six-dimensional, so, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows for sure?
And do you think that, the sixth dimension is, doing stuff that's, changing our dimension? Or do you think they're kind of just, coexisting?
I very much have the belief that it's like a coexisting kind of relationship. I love to believe that there are aliens in the sixth dimension.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who are just kind of there, and they just they don't really act on anything, you know? They're just watching us.
They're just chilling.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Up in the sixth dimension. Or around us in the sixth dimension.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. I'm not a physicist. I'm gonna be real.
All right. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Now, and I know you kind of briefly talked about it, mainly in the sense of emotional sense, but are there any religions that you would say that you identify with?
I identify a lot with Taoism and Shintoism, which are very much spirit-based religions. And I just love the idea that somebody's soul can inhabit a space in the world. I very much think about my grandmother a lot, who sadly passed, and I sometimes can swear I feel her. You know what I mean? I feel that warmth that I felt when I was with her, when I was younger, and it's a very very just kind of crazy feeling. It always makes me very emotional because I miss her so much, and then it's all of a sudden I feel like I'm in her presence again. And I want to believe that she's here with me all the time. And I think she is. Quite, leading me in some direction. And whatever that may be, a lot of my faith in myself just comes from, just not knowing. I have faith that me not knowing what's going on and me not being able to feel what's around me, it's just existing. I don't know. It's very complicated. I don't know how to explain it. But
But it sounds like you aren't like you don't need every single answer to have faith. At least like with
no.
yeah.
And I think that that's obviously part of what faith is. It's very much like you don't like you don't need an explanation. It just is. It simply
Yeah,
is. It simply just exists.
it is. Yeah. Um, do you think that you shared with us before that you were born and raised Catholic?
Hmm.
Just kind of like, what's your like affiliation with the Catholic Church? Like, do you think that that kind of still affects some of like the worldviews that you hold, or do you think, do you have a different experience with, your current position with that?
So my upbringing was very, I'd say, challenging in the aspect that I never felt comfortable at church and I always felt out of place. And partially it's because I never fully held a belief in what I was being told. And also, I'm a queer person, and it was very hard for me every day to hear that I shouldn't exist, which is what my experience was with the church. And I know that so many people don't believe that. And unfortunately, I grew up in the environment where that's what was kind of pushed upon me. So I felt very much out of place my entire childhood. I felt I didn't belong anywhere, not even on this earth. And it was something very difficult that I had to deal with growing up. And I finally, I'm in a place now where I have really kind of delved into that side of myself that I don't really like to talk about and I don't really like to think about because it was very hard for me. But now looking forward, I can say that I'm happy that I went through those experiences because it formed who I am today and the kind of caring person that I am today. Because I like to say I took away from the Catholic Church the best parts of it.
Hmm.
And that is just like treating thy neighbor like you want to be treated, like the golden rule. Um, and I really just I want what's best for everyone. I want everyone to be happy and coexist peacefully. And
Yeah.
I think that that's a lot of what um, Christianity, like in Catholicism, push. But I just, as I said before, unfortunately didn't have that same experience in the church. And I had to find that elsewhere.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. And first of all, thank you for sharing that. But just wondering, so I feel like you kind of, not to speak for you, fall into like the like spiritual but like not religious category.
yeah.
Do you think that if you found a religious body that had held similar beliefs to you, that you would like join that group and become like practicing like that religion, or are you kind of like because of your experience, are you kind of like turned off completely from the idea of religion, like as like a structured body?
I'd very much say that am, I'd like to say that I felt like chained down when I was in a specific body with specific principles because I believe that every person should have their own individual choice when it comes to everything, like from every small decision. And I just, I don't know, really, I really just want to find my own way, find my own path. And, maybe one day I will end up in some sort of like established religion, like as I said before, like I really relate to Taoism and Shintoism. Taoism is from China and Shintoism is from Japan, very much like spiritual based religions, because I feel this kind of innate sense in connection with life, just because I mean, I am life. You are
Yeah.
life too. Like everything around us is life. And like those connections are very deep. And I just want to explore that more. But yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm gonna like prescribe to any specific
Yeah,
religion in the
100%.
future.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
So
yeah, once again, thank you for sharing. And I know kind of like your story, you talked about this, but like, how would you define the phrase or like the term religious trauma and like how that has applied to you?
I'd say that religious trauma is it's obviously a very complex issue, and it has a lot of dichotomies and interesting aspects that might not make sense altogether. But I'd like to define religious trauma as just the sense within yourself that you are not who you are supposed to be. And that I know that that's kind of confusing. The way that I said it is very like philosophical way. I don't know why I said it that way, but um like just that feeling that you don't belong at all in that religion. And some religious trauma is very like physical, if it might be
Mm,
something that happened physically to someone.
yeah.
Um, my religious trauma, I would say, is more emotionally based, and it's something like the self-hatred I inflicted on myself due to the religion I was in
Mm,
is that trauma. Like that trauma is who I was told to be
mm,
because I wasn't that person and I never have been that person. So, like, just I guess I don't I don't know. Can you help me
yeah.
out? Like, just
No, I feel
I
like,
feel like I've went through a trauma because I still reel from it all the
yeah,
time.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But I don't exactly believe that there was a set moment in time that I experienced that trauma.
Mm, yeah. No, 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 that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it was very much just like my entire life. Um,
It almost like slowly
s-
like shapes like kind of like your view of yourself, and
yeah,
it's kind of like a slow burn instead of
hmm
like a one like this moment was.
very much.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of friends who, unfortunately, have religious trauma. I think it's actually really common in our world. Unfortunately, just, people have free will, and some people don't act the way that they should when it comes to religion. And, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's rough out here.
Yeah.
It's rough out here for
It
sure.
is. And so from that, you seem to have taken like a turn to, like you've like stated before and explained a little bit like spirituality.
Hmm.
And like, has that been like a healing process for you? Like, how would you define like spirituality and like what like it does for you and like what like why is it like I guess important to you?
Spirituality is very much something I'm always kind of thinking about. It's like, how would I define myself in like the realm of like a spirit just living in this world, like a soul in this world? And I can recognize the importance of having like a divine and having that one entity that you can look at and be like, that's perfection.
Mm,
And that's what I'm chasing. Like in my life, I want to be that being. And I guess I kind of believe more in the universe as a being itself. Um, Very much like all intertwined and connected in various ways. And when I say universe, I don't just mean like the Milky Way, like the galaxy or
Mm-hmm.
like anything like that. I just mean like everything.
yeah.
Like I believe in just the power and the energy of everything because everything has its its place.
Yeah. Was this like was there like a moment where you like had like a realization to this, or is this kind of like a thing that like you've like thought about and like expanded on, like how and like you're speaking of like this like perfect like being or like this like perfect like idea of like an all-encompassing like for like because it's like life like for lack of a better term like
Mhm.
organism that's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
um like how did you like have you had like an experience that like led you to believe this or like did you was this like more of like a cognitive thing or was there like
I found this side of myself in letting go of what like I would define as my trauma. Like when I let go, I found that personal freedom that I needed, that like I found that place where I can be comfortable just being. And I think that's kind of like spirituality in essence is just like everything has a place, and everything is everything, and everything is nothing. And I'm everything and I'm also nothing. And I just like once I let go and said like I forgive, um, it really just kind of like transformed the way I thought about everything. And you know, it's I don't know, it's very much like when I let go I said like, whoa, there's like a whole nother person
Mm.
in
Mm.
here.
Yeah.
Like once I let go of that weight, I was able to fly and discover new heights. So, um, yeah, I guess that's kind of what I would say is my spiritual
Yeah.
journey. I don't know.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the way you put it. Like you're starting to fly, fly to new heights. That's awesome.
Yeah. Did you have any other questions you wanted to, I guess, ask before we move into hot seat, or
I don't
did
know.
we
Or
have,
is there anything you'd like to share before we
yeah,
move into hot seat?
or anything else like going back that you wanted to touch on again?
And if not, it's also
No,
fine.
I can't really think of anything right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
Well,
Are we moving on?
I think
we're
we
moving
are.
to hot
'Cause-
seat.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take the hot seat. I'll take the hot seat.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome. Okay. Favorite color?
Yellow.
Okay. Hot dog or hamburger?
Mm.
I'd say hot dog, but specifically the veggie dog from Portillo's in Chicago.
Wow.
That was on here as well. Okay.
Okay.
What's the best U.S. state?
Oh, that's difficult. I don't know. I want to say like I don't even want to say a state. I want to be like American Samoa or something. Like just like a region that like is owned by America, which is like stupid because my sister is half American Samoan, so
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
I have a special
That's
place
a
in my
solid
heart
answer.
Yeah.
for American
I love
Samoa.
that.
Facts.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Current favorite song?
Oh,
Ooh.
oh no. That's a really hard question. Um, I would probably say Lonely Dancers by Conan Gray.
Mm.
Especially because we're recording this on Valentine's Day.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I and I'm single
Yeah.
and I love being single. And like it's lonely sometimes, but also like you gotta you gotta celebrate that loneliness
Yeah.
because when you are in something then you might miss it.
That's so
So
true.
you might
So
miss
true.
that.
Awesome. That got deep. Okay. Favorite animal?
Ooh, I'd probably say a manatee. I love manatees.
Mm.
They're like the vibe that I go for. I'm like I want to just chill in the water all
Yeah.
day. Be like a little water cow
That's
or a
awesome.
cow.
Oh, a cow.
Mm.
So cow or
But
water
no.
cow?
Cow or water cow.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh?
I thought it was a llama this whole time, or like an alpaca.
I love llama and alpacas, but those aren't like. I feel that's more my spirit animal.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel spiritually, I'm a llama. I got a
I
long
see
ass
that.
neck.
Awesome. Chocolate or vanilla?
um, chocolate.
I agree.
Perfect.
Awesome. And then last one. If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
I'd probably be. Oh, I'd probably be a weeping willow.
Mm.
Whoa.
I ask a lot of people that question. That's a pretty unique answer.
Very. I've never heard that answer.
And it's because I love the idea of just having these just like loose branches that are just spread across, like there's like not a firm grip on not a firm grip on a shape. Like but just like freedom, I guess is kind of what I think of it as. Like
Yeah.
they just flow in the breeze, and I've always kind of been enamored by them. Like, I just want to like spread my branches, my loose branches everywhere to just flow, you know.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What
So,
better way to end
I
than
was thinking
that?
the same thing.
That's awesome.
That's such a good
Well,
closing.
Ben, thank you for sitting on the pew this week. Also,
Yes.
shout out to Ben. He helps us behind the scenes too.
Yes, he does.
So, shout out
Yes,
to
he
Ben. If you ever
does.
hear like his voice like whispering or yelling at us in the background, he's doing good work back there.
Yeah, he
so,
is.
little shout out to him. Thank you again,
Thank you so
thank
much,
you.
Ben.
Thank you.
and we'll see you all next week.
Yes, we will.
Pew pew pew.